What's up guys, it's San here, and in this video I'm going to talk about what happened overnight in Bitcoin. Now this is huge. It didn't affect the price of Bitcoin, but this is a huge investment in Bitcoin's future to the tune of at least 6 billion US dollars entering into the Bitcoin network or the mining operations of Bitcoin. So stay tuned because a lot of people don't actually understand this, or they don't realize how big this could be. So I'm going to explain this really fast so you guys can try to understand this. So basically, what is the total hash rate? Hash rate, or the total hash rate, is basically the amount of computing power that is mining on the Bitcoin network. So Bitcoin miners are very powerful computers that work out some really big equations that we can't do in our head. That's why you need powerful computers to do it. And the higher the hash rate, the more computing power there is actually mining Bitcoin. Now that's really cool, but what does that mean? Well, if we have a look over time here, we can see that the hash rate has been consistently climbing over the long term with a big dip here. And what this dip is actually China banning Bitcoin mining last year. So this is a lot of Bitcoin miners leaving or turning off their machines, shutting them down, and they've stopped mining because it's illegal in China. So we saw a huge dip of the amount of computing power working behind the Bitcoin network. But what I want to talk about most right now, guys, is that in a single day, the Bitcoin hash rate, or the total amount of computing power working on the Bitcoin network, went from 188 million terahashes per second to 248 million terahashes per second. That's a 60 million hash rate, or terahash, sorry, increase in a single day. Now you might be thinking, well, what does this mean? Your 60 million terahash, this is a lot of new language to me. Well, let's just go have a look at a basic rundown of what it costs to set up 60 million terahashes worth of computing power to mine Bitcoin. So if I wanted to buy a Bitcoin mining rig, now these rigs are made to mine Bitcoin, they're very efficient at what they do. For me, just to get 104 terahashes, so we'll just call it 100 terahashes roughly, we'll round that down just a little bit. It's going to cost me 10,000 US dollars just to get the machine, the computer, to be able to do 100 terahashes per second of Bitcoin mining. Now keep in mind, there was 60 million terahashes per second of computing power entering the Bitcoin mining network in a single day. Do the math at about $10,000 per 100 terahashes, or $100 per terahash. That's 6 billion US dollars worth of hardware entering the Bitcoin mining network in a single day. $6 billion is absolutely huge. I have no answer to what this could be or who this could be. This could obviously be a whole bunch of small players entering all at the same time with their Bitcoin mining computing power or their rigs. $6 billion worth, a little bit hard to justify that. Or this could be a very large company, or a few large companies that have huge computing power access all over the world. I'm talking companies like Google, Apple, Facebook, or even Amazon. These companies all have huge computing power at their hands. They have computing power to run all their services. They have computing power to do whatever they need to run their servers and all their big websites and projects they're working on. This could have just been a large company trying Bitcoin mining and seeing the effects of what could happen if they enter the market and start Bitcoin mining in a very short period. So, like I said, that's $6 billion worth of computers entering Bitcoin mining in a single day, just based off this figure here. Now that's retail numbers, so maybe it was cheaper if it's a big company buying huge amounts of computer accessories or computers to run this 60 million terahash injection into the Bitcoin network. But keep in mind, if you have a machine about this big that's worth $10,000, that's very valuable. And these machines are very powerful. They use a lot of electricity. So if someone was to actually set up a warehouse or some kind of Bitcoin mining facility, they've got to pay rent first. Then they've got to put these machines in and turn them all on. These machines generate a lot of heat because they're very powerful. You can see the fans that they require just to stay cool. So they generate a lot of heat. So you need air conditioning. You need security, very strong or very smart security on site, because if this rig here is about this big and it's worth $10,000, what is all of that worth if you have about 3,000 or 4,000 of those in one single warehouse? That's a lot of money and equipment in one warehouse. You need security on site because you don't want anyone breaking in and stealing these machines. These machines are about this big and they're worth $10,000 each. They're very attractive to theft. So what I'm trying to say here, guys, is that $6 billion worth of investment in computing power that I mentioned, that's only in the machine itself. That doesn't include the rent, the security, the air conditioning, the electricity bill to run these things. This is huge, and a lot of people don't actually understand or realize how big of a jump this is. The hash rate climbed 30%, over 30%, 31.69% in a single day. That's incredible. It's huge. And like I said, I don't know who this could be or what it is, but the the blockchain doesn't lie. All this information is very accurate and it doesn't lie. So without further ado, I'm going to end this video here. Hopefully this makes a bit of sense to you, but basically from my math, about $6 billion US worth of investment into Bitcoin mining went online in the last 24 hours. And that's a huge investment and bet on Bitcoin's future, because whoever invested, or whoever the people are investing this amount of money into this, they are very confident for the future of Bitcoin, because like I said, that $6 billion is only in machinery or computers. It doesn't include the cost of rent, staff, electricity, air conditioning, and security to run a huge Bitcoin mining facility of that size. So thanks for watching, guys. My name is San. If this video did give you some insight or some news into crypto and hopefully help you understand a bit about the total hash rate and Bitcoin mining and what it means, do subscribe, do leave a like, and do let me know down in the comments your thoughts on this, or who it could be that might be behind this huge influx of total hash rate into the Bitcoin mining network. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video.